Hello. All right, we will answer this question here. A t-shirt is launched from a height of 3 seconds, initial height, and its initial upper velocity is 72 feet per second. And then, the t-shirt will be cut at 46 feet above the field. All right, so how long would it take for the t-shirt to reach its maximum height? All right, now, our maximum height will be reached when our final velocity is 0. Because remember, when an object flies up, and when the speed the upper speed doesn't increase, then that's when it reaches its maximum height. Okay, so then our maximum height is reached when our final velocity is equal to 0. Okay, and we shall use this equation here. All right, the final velocity is equal to our initial velocity times the acceleration times t. Now, our free fall acceleration here. Okay, and an a or the acceleration in free fall is 32 feet per second squared. Okay, so then when we use this equation here, our v, our final velocity is 0, and our initial velocity is 72 feet per second. And then since a is in free fall, we're going to do negative 32 feet per second squared times time. And then we simply substitute those numbers in, and we find t equals time by subtracting 72 and divide by negative 32, which will yield 2.25 seconds. All right, part B. What is the maximum height? Well, as I said earlier, the maximum height is when the final velocity is 0. So therefore, you could use this equation or this equation too, because we already know v naught, or the initial velocity, the final velocity, and the time. So it doesn't matter which one you use, but we'll go with this one. Okay, so notice how here, this is the change in height is equal to our final velocity times time. Now remember, our final velocity here is 0 when it's at its maximum height. So we're going to cancel. So v times t will not be an equation because v equals 0. Okay, and then plus 16 t squared. Okay, and then since we know time which is the maximum, so 16 times 2.25 to the second power will equal 81 feet. Now, notice that this is the change in height. All right, from 0 to 2.5, from time equals 0 seconds to time equals 2.25 seconds, the height has increased by 81 feet. Notice in the question that it says that the initial height is 3 feet. So if our change is 81 feet, as in here, it will equal our final height minus our initial height. So adding 3 will equal 84 feet as our maximum height. Okay, part C. What is the range of the function that models the height of the t-shirt over time? Okay, the range means the y value, right? And our y value in this context will be height, or the change in height, I should say. So this means that our height is going to be the range. So then we need to know what's the lowest height and the highest height. Now, remember how I told you that earlier, our lowest height is 3 feet. Right. And notice that we talked about our change in height, which is 81 feet. So the change is equal to 81 equals the final height minus 3. So the highest height that you will reach is 84 feet. Right, and that should be it, right? Yes. All right. All right, and I believe I answered all your questions. Thank you for listening to my recording response. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please definitely put them in the comments, and I'll respond to you promptly. Yeah, and if you have any feedback you would like to give to me for my recording, I would be highly appreciative of it. Thank you.